For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Amy and Tyler Clark are suing Lacey Moeller in the amount of $6,500. The Clarks claim they were in a throuple relationship with Ms. Moeller and say they took her on an all-expenses-paid trip to Italy, but she left after 2 days.
Mr. and Mrs. Clark, you are suing the defendant Lacey Moeller for $6,500 because you claim that pursuant to a contract she failed to perform her end of the bargain. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, so who wants to explain what the contract was?
Well, we're suing her for breach of contract because we had a written agreement for her to travel to Italy with us, and somehow it turned into us bankrolling her European trip because she left us day 2 to go to Paris.
Okay, so again, explain what the contract was. What were your terms that you had to do? What did she have to do? What did she have to do to fulfill the contract? What were the services she was going to provide?
Well, there's a little bit of a backstory here. We met her at a club, I would say February. It was around February.
Okay.
And my husband and I got to know her, and we ended up going to the club maybe once or twice a week for a while.
What kind of club?
It is a strip club. She's a dancer at a strip club.
So you guys, as a married couple, enjoyed going to strip clubs?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, to each their own. I mean, I do have a copy of the contract that you submitted and some of the bills, but explain. So you went to a club, something you guys like to do, a strip club, and you met her.
Yes, we met her, and we ended up.
And she's a stripper?
Yes, she is a stripper.
You're an exotic dancer?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, so we met up with her outside of the club because we started to form a friendship or a relationship with her.
How did you form a relationship with her?
Well, just like we would go out for dinners, we would go hang out, do things together.
We would frequent the club.
Yes. Oh, so you guys were regulars?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and you just got to talking to her, is that correct?
Yes.
So you guys kind of became buddies?
Yes, after they visited me at the club more than once a week for about a month.
Oh, so they specifically visited you?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you went to the club, you liked her, but you would go specifically to visit Mrs. Moeller?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, and watch her dance or perform?
Yes. And we just wanted to get to know her more, so we...
Why did you want to get to know her more?
We're at a place just, in our relationship where we just wanted to just try something and have a little fun, a little adventure. And we...
Rekindle the flame.
Rekindle the flame, the magic, and...
Okay, I'm reading between the lines.
Yes,
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
She seemed up for it. We were all up for it. We actually were all, having a good time. She was a lot of fun. We were really just getting to know each other, and we sort of ended up in a
So you wanted to add
throuple.
one more person to the relationship?
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, and what happened?
Well, it was going great, and then it was July now all of a sudden, and
So then you guys were dating each other? Is that the proper lingo to say?
Yes.
It took a little bit of time for me to be comfortable with that because
Why weren't you comfortable at the beginning?
When you get between, I've had friends that get in between married couples, it's usually, in this case, it's no different. It's usually the husband that wants to add a third person into the relationship, and that can be really upsetting for someone, especially if you've been
women?
or if it's the other way around, but especially for older women, that can be upsetting. And I didn't want to be the reason that a marriage fell apart, but we got together and we
And you were
spent
on
more
board
time
with
together.
having another person in your relationship, Mrs. Clark?
No, I was absolutely okay with it. Yeah, I was on board, he was on
So
board.
you knew exactly what, they zoned in on you for a reason, and you knew exactly what the reason was.
The first time that it was just a normal day, You know, in my line of work, it was just a dance. But then once they started coming back, you know, I picked up on those signals after a little bit.
All right,
and
okay, so you
we
were
went
okay
out to
with
dinner.
it? All right, so how long did you guys date each other?
About 4 months. 4 months, and brought us to about July, where
How often would you go out together?
About once or twice a week, and we would text throughout the week, Your Honor.
Correct.
It was a relationship.
Wow. Okay. What is this relationship called? It's
a throuple.
a throuple. Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Coming up on Justice for All.
You would have dates, obviously not at your home, because I understand you have children.
Correct. It would oftentimes end up in hotel rooms. Yes.
Oh, okay.
We'd go out to eat beforehand
Yeah.
and treat her.
Okay. So wine and diner.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Amy and Tyler Clark, who are suing Lacey Moeller for breach of contract.
So you guys dated for about 3-4 months. Fabulous. You guys got along well. Where you would have dates, obviously not at your home, because I understand you have children.
Correct. It would oftentimes end up in hotel rooms. Yes.
Oh, okay.
We'd go out to eat beforehand
Yeah.
and treat her.
Okay. So wine and diner. It was obviously more than business, but it became business when you signed a contract, right?
Correct.
So why did you sign a contract, and what was it that you expected her to do? Please explain.
This contract, which I have here, is just outlining what we plan to do for the 3 weeks that we were in Italy.
Why did you want to take her to Italy?
We had the trip in mind. We had a couple friends that we were going with, along with our au pair.
You were going with how many friends?
Just a couple, a married couple.
So 4 people?
Yes.
So it's like 6
And then it was our
couples,
2 kids, and then
two
our au
kids.
pair was with us as well.
And then your girlfriend.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. Why did you need a contract with your girlfriend?
Just to make sure that nothing, that we didn't have any sticky situations.
Let's go through the contract. What are
Okay.
the expectations? What did you promise, and what did she promise in return?
Well, we offered room and board, or a place to stay. All of her meals,
First class
accommodations to
plane ticket.
get here. Then we paid her a $3,000 upfront fee because we knew that she would be out of work.
It'd
Then
be a total of $5,000,
Yeah, we wanted to-
$3,000 beforehand, $2,000 after the trip.
Wow.
Yeah,
And this was to compensate for work that she would
that
be
she
missing.
would be missing.
Okay. So what was she expected to do?
She had to go to all the dinners with us. She had to be on any boat rides that we did. We mentioned her watching the kids once.
They did not.
Well, let me just go through this. Okay. She had to go all the dinners, basically
Yes.
all the
Yes.
dinners and all the boating excursions.
Yes. And then
That's
just
it.
to accompany us each night when we went out.
Which wasn't much to ask.
So the same type of services, or I don't want to say
That-
services,
correct.
the same type of relationship you expected her for the prior 4 months was an inherent intent in this contract.
Absolutely.
All right. Sex, wine and dine, sexual relationships, basically.
That was not requirement.
No.
That was not a requirement.
So she was not required to perform sex?
Absolutely
Correct.
not. Yep. If it happened, it happened. It was it's the relationship. If we're in the mood, it's something,
But that's,
No one's
that's
gonna
inherently
force
what you
anyone.
wanted her to do. You wanted her to be what she was to you the last 4 months. I mean, that's essentially the intent of the 4 letters of the 4 corners of this contract. Be the relationship that we want. Basically, continue doing the same thing, which is at least twice a week have sex.
We wouldn't
I'm just
always,
being blunt. I'm just being blunt. But that was what was expected from you. All right. So then what else happened? So you got to Europe.
Once we got there, we just went, normal. We went out to eat. We had a dinner. It was kind of a strange dinner the first night. It was like maybe we were all trying to get our bearings together or something. But then the next day, she just ghosted us, like took off. Like no word,
Your
no
Honor, they're
text.
forgetting I was there 2 days.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Well,
So-
like a day and a half.
So then, go ahead, continue.
Yeah.
So you got there, she got there
Yep,
the day
and
after?
we just kind of, got settled in. We went out on the boat, did a dinner with the other couple, and all of us. The kids were not with us.
How were you going to explain who Miss Mueller was to your two couple
These friends of ours are very close. They understand.
They knew that you guys
yes,
were.
they
what
already
is it?
were in on it and knew everything. Yeah.
They
So
did.
we were all just adults, having some fun dinners.
Wow, super progressive. Okay. All right. So give me your side of the story, Miss Mueller.
Well, Your Honor, they have brought me here to court today because they want to humiliate me. It's not about the money. They just think that they will automatically have people
absolutely not true.
take
All
their
right, it's not
side.
what
You
we're here
had
for.
plenty of time
Yes,
to
you're
explain
right.
your side of the story.
And-
Now it's her turn. Okay, so let's go through the contract. Did you get first class round trip ticket?
I got first class one-way ticket to Italy. Yes, that I
One way,
will
not
agree.
round trip?
Not round trip.
It was
no.
supposed to be round trip. Why?
Yes, it was.
Why
the
wasn't it
reason
round
it wasn't
trip?
round trip is because as soon as I got there, they started wanting me to help out with their children. They already had an au pair. I told them I'm not a nanny, I'm a dancer for a reason. I don't know how to take care of children. They said, well, we've already paid you. You're already here. So you have to help out. There was no mention of child care in the contract.
So you got the first round. You got first class on the way there.
Yeah.
You did get part of the round trip. You did not get. You got free room and board, but it wasn't first class accommodation. It
was a
wasn't your
hard
own room,
couch.
so it was just a couch. So that's a breach. You did get food for the days you were there.
Yes,
without
I
a
did.
problem. And what else happened?
After I get there mid-afternoon the first day, we all go to sleep, and then we go on a boating excursion. I go, just like I said I would do in the contract, and it's just like the day before. They want me to play nanny and me making snacks and running after them, and they're having fun with their friends. I'm making sure their kids don't drown by falling off the boat. And so by the time we get to dinner, we've all been drinking. I will admit that I was harsh, but I told them, your kids are always yelling, and I'm not going to help take care of your brats anymore on this trip. And then they said as a joke, well, I hope you help out because wouldn't it be a shame if your passport went missing?
Coming up,
Okay, was that a joke or?
I've seen Taken. I'm not going to let myself be alone in Europe without a passport.
But these are people that you voluntarily had a throuple
Yes.
with for 4 months.
next time on Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
How often would you go out together?
About once or twice a week, and we would text throughout the week, Your Honor.
Correct.
It was a relationship.
Wow. Okay. What is this relationship called? It's
A throuple.
a throuple. Okay. You would have dates, obviously not at your home, because I understand you have children.
Correct. It would oftentimes end up in hotel rooms.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Amy and Tyler Clark, who are suing Lacey Moeller for breach of contract.
Okay. Was that a joke or?
I don't think so. I think it
was
was
a
a
joke.
threat. I've seen Taken. I'm not going to let myself be alone in Europe without a passport.
Okay, but these are people that you voluntarily had a throuple
Yes.
with for 4 months. You said you were
Exactly.
comfortable with them. You knew them.
I was.
Did you really think they were going to take your passport away?
I didn't know. As soon as I'd arrived, they started treating me like I was just the help, like we weren't in a relationship.
Your Honor,
Okay.
The intent of the contract to them appears to be to have me wait on them hand and foot, which was not what was promised.
Okay.
So I called my friend who was living a little while in Paris, and she told me, come stay with me, get out of there, and I just went.
Okay. Did you take the $2,000?
No, ma'am.
You did not take the $2,000?
That was to be paid upon the completion of the trip, and so since the
So
trip
did
was
you take the $3,000, the initial $3,000,
Yes.
for 2 days of work? So you got $3,000 for 2 days in Europe.
That $3,000 barely covered my trip back home. That's part of the reason I went to Paris, was to leave from a cheaper
How much
airport.
was your airplane ticket back home?
For a last-minute international flight, it was about $2,000 for coach.
All right. So then what happened when you all came home?
Well, we just well, first off,
Yeah.
we do have the receipt for the flight, and it was round trip.
and she took off, so not like it's her. If she had to pay then the rest of the money to get home, it's on her because she took off.
And we were honestly worried.
Truly.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, the contract that you had with her was completely illegal under the law because the intent of the contract was to have a sex relationship.
Coming up,
You spent $6,500 out of your own pocket for the purpose of having a girlfriend to have sexual relationships with her and accompany you everywhere you go.
you're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Amy and Tyler Clark, who are suing Lacey Moeller for breach of contract.
You promised to pay her to go to Italy and Europe, etc. You spent $6,500 out of your own pocket for the purpose of having a girlfriend to have sexual relationships with her and to be your quote girlfriend and accompany you everywhere you go. So under the law, that's completely illegal, okay? Whether you say no, sex was not required. Come on. I wasn't born yesterday and I certainly don't live under a rock, and we know exactly what the intent of this contract. So there is no contract. So we're going to do this the equitable and fair way, okay? You knew exactly what you were doing. You went to Europe with them. Nobody forced you to do it. You were getting paid a pretty penny. You got paid $3,000 for 2 days. How fair is that?
I would have made
$3,000 for 2 days. This contract, in my opinion, no longer exists, okay? It's invalid. So let's look at what's fair again. They're the ones who wanted to give you first class ticket. That's your problem. Sorry. You didn't have to do that. But you pocketed $3,000 for 2 days. And you left after 2 days. You knew exactly that you were supposed to be there for 21 days, right? And you left after 2 days, not after approaching them, not after saying them. You know what? I didn't feel comfortable you said that to me. And that was rude. And what did you mean by that? And I'm leaving. And I'm sure you spent $2,000 to get back home because flights are not very inexpensive nowadays after everybody wants to go to Europe in the summer. So is it fair that you get to keep $3,000?
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
$3,000 for what? For what? There is no contract. You left after the 2 days, right? So I think what's fair is that you need to return $1,500 back to them. You get to keep half. $1,500 for 2 days in Europe and a free first class ticket ain't bad at all. Okay? So it's only fair you give them $1,500 back. And let me tell you, if this is what you want to do, have relationships with married couples, fine. No problem. But you are completely worth it to have your very own relationship by yourself. Married couples have enough drama as it is. No judgment. Been married for 26 years, okay? Mm-hmm. So, based on the evidence, I will grant the plaintiff's claim in part only for $1,500. I've explained my legal reasoning why. And Ms. Moeller, just be smart next time in what you do, okay? So you will have to reimburse them $1,500 of that $3,000 fee that they paid you, okay? Reimburse them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the co-plaintiffs. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,500.
Maybe you can use $1,500 to fix your dead marriage.
Ouch.
That's
Very uncalled for. You know, we actually really liked you, and we're kind of upset that this went down this way, but so be it. Good luck.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.